What a glorious day for a day. Welcome back. This is Patrick, Patty, Pat, whatever you want to call me. Don't care. Yeah, whatever. Today, I'm talking about a PokeNE video. I know he says, a lot of people say Pokey. It's Poka. It's what the little accent there's for. So I'm going to be calling him PokeNE. And if there's any issues with that, then you can report me to the boss man himself. I'm trying to make sure that, our hair, they're similar. I think my hair is slightly better than his, but you guys can let me know. In any case, I've been thinking about his most recent video where he pretty much called me out directly, I think, in that I'm trying to play both sides of the ball. I'm trying to be too much of a sealed collector, and I'm trying to run a business at the same time. And I gotta lock the fuck in. Oh yeah, I can't say that. I gotta lock in. So I'm going to be offloading a major portion of my collection. I'm going to be committing to trying to get more different languages and do different things at a higher volume than I previously had. And I'm going to keep a very small portion of my collection that I see as something I like, or if it's a particular circumstance where I think it's a really great time in history to be holding that product. But for the most part, I'm going to be selling it off. That's going to be happening on eBay. So you're going to see a ton of stuff coming from the Shaman Games eBay. We are Canadian, so don't be pissy if you get hit by tariffs if you order in the US. I told you so. In any case, I want to talk a little bit more about the logic and how it's kind of changing the way I'm thinking. So he goes on about how you can't be a sealed collector and a business owner. You're either doing one or you're doing both kind of incorrectly. In short, like if you're fully committed to being a sealed investor, your opportunity cost of being able to get through collections and do more is missing. I do think there's a little bit of nuance in my case. I do want to hold on to a few different cases and things like that, of particularly like some sword and shield and those kinds of things, and lower my risk in the sense that if the market does come down a little bit and I'm buying collections and that collection I bought came down in worst case scenario to the level in which I bought it at market price, then I would at least have like a backbone, and all of my, cash isn't going to be in a handful of these sort of newer collections. Obviously, at the same time, that case I'm holding could have gone down, but I feel there's more risk in Scarlet and Violet and Mega than there is in Sword and Shield. It's obviously my opinion, but that's just based on the volume of product out there. Sealed, I believe that the Sword and Shield poses a equal upside at a lower risk, so I will be hanging on to some of that. I'm still selling a Evolving Skies booster box, a Fusion Strike booster box, a what else? Brilliant Stars booster box. So I am selling some of that stuff because he's right. If you get to, and my experience was exactly as he mentioned in that video, is that you're not really finding the good deals, those 75%, 80% sealed collection deals that are worth it, until you get over that $5,000-ish Canadian, I'll use in this particular case, threshold, which is about 3,500 or so US. Once you get over that threshold, you start to find a lot of very good deals. You start to find those 80% deals, 75% deals, and I'm going to set up a proper clarification of this is how we do it. So there's no nuance. I like the way he talked about in a previous video, the general, like, don't take random stuff, don't take slabs, don't take if ancillary products at a lower rate, all those things, and here are our parameters, and just trying to be more professional in what you're doing. And we've been playing the lowball game as a business of trying to, undercut our competition, and thinking that therefore it'll, increase our sales. And it hasn't. It's been a slow grind. Granted, the business is my third job, for argument's sake. So I have a full-time job, a part-time job, and the business. So I feel as though with more time, this would not be the case as much. But with the business right now, we're at really just a crawl of a pace, trying to keep up with the uh, people around us, trying to keep our prices down with these low-rated eBay sellers who have a small number of sales. And we also have a relatively small number of sales. Like, we're only at whatever 30 reviews. They're all great reviews, thankfully, but we are only at 30 reviews. So my thought was to build the client base at that lower price, but those then become the people that are trying to resell it. And the ones that are trying to resell it are the ones that are going to complain about, like, oh, there's a small infraction on the top left corner of my booster box. It's got like a dent, like a fucking 2 millimeter dent. I gotta bleep that out. 2 millimeter dent in your box, and I want some amount of my money back. Whereas if you're selling it at the market price, that's less likely to be the case. We always clarify damage, just to be clear. Like, I'm not saying that you should be hiding damage on products that you're trying to sell. My point is simply that the people who are going to buy your product when it's at a good deal are the ones that are going to complain the most about it at the end of the day. And that's full stop been the case of any sale we've done on our website. Any like really good deals we've had on eBay, the people that want to pay the least on a product are the ones that complain the most, and it is exhausting. So I'm going to price things at similar level to our competition. I'm going to try and have healthy margins on our product, make sure we're sitting on enough capital to take good deals when they come up. And I just think that PokeNE's obviously very experienced, and I'm trying to learn and be better in this business. My objective is to open a card store someday, which is obviously not feasible for us at this point in time. This is going to be, I guess, our monthly business update. I haven't done one last month, but did one the month before. We've done, what are we at, 50K ish total, something like that. We're a little over 50K total, maybe 60K now. Total sales, our margins are consistently just over 10% on everything we sell. Obviously, there's fluctuations of less and more, but we're about 10% margins, which is pretty healthy. I have a awesome team of people who I am fortunate to, who are built into the, profit in some sense, so that I don't have to pay them by the hour. They're getting paid by production. Obviously, once the cycle is consistent, then they can get more consistent hourly pay. And that's part of why me sitting on a huge volume of product doesn't make sense in our cases. I want our staff to be busy. I want them to have a lot to do. So thanks to PokeNE. Thanks for coming to my update. What are we at right now? We're like at 40-ish subscribers, which I'm pretty stoked. Like, I can't believe there's that many of you here. I just started yapping so that hopefully someday when people say that I was lucky, or that we had this, $1 million given to me or whatever, that I'm here making note of it all. And I'm grateful to this community, and I think you guys are going to do amazing in life yourself. You have any comments, or you want to tell me I suck, please do, because the comments help boost this video to more people. Subscribe, buy my stuff, shamangames.ca, or what are we on eBay? Shaman Games, period, I think. Yeah, peace.